Joining me now ahead of his APFC debut, Adrian Soto-Perez, a big fight coming up in Richmond. How are you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great, man. I want to say thank you for having me. Thank you to APFC. Thank you for Anthony Pettis. Thank you to Damian Rodriguez. Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. I'm excited. Uh, Getting the weight down. Just ready to do what I do, man.
You're getting the weight down, but you're fighting heavier than you usually fight, man. What went into that, and what's the thought process behind it? Because you look like a big boy now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's, without going into too much detail, look, I'm a 200-pound dude, man. A lot of. I think that's why certain guys are eager to fight me, at like 185, 170, which, this is my weight. I'm a 170-pound fighter, but like, there's no way around it, bro. I can fight 185, I can fight 170. If I had to fight a man at 205, it doesn't matter. I can do what I need to do. So
Any man, anytime. I love it. What do you know about your opponent coming into Richmond, man? Tested guy. Talk to me a little bit.
James Neville, yeah, he man, I respect him. Like the thing on social media was put out, and I love that because it really got the people going. But in all actuality, I respect him. He's tough dude. He had a solid, actually a really really good amateur record. I think he was like 9-2 or 10-2. So he's had 16 total fights, and yeah, man, I've been doing this, man. I've been wrestling since I was 14 years old. We're going on 13, 14 year old years competing at an elite level in combat sports. So, I'm no fool. I don't look past him at all. He's got a good experience. But that's about as far as it goes. I know that we have a talent gap between him and and I'm gonna show that.
Obviously, you're very confident in yourself. Is there any way that you see this fight going? Do you envision anything playing out in your head?
I think I think I finish him, man. I think I'm going. I think the best me, not even the best me, just me showing up, I think it's a first round finish. I truly do. I'm not just saying that. Like I said previously, I do respect him. It's not that I think he's subpar or soft or anything. I just know what I do, and there's not too many guys that when it's the actual brutal violence that can last with this version of me for more than 5 minutes. So, my last opponent, I had a tough guy from VA, and everybody's saying, you know, oh, Adrian took 2 years off and went up in weight. He ain't serious. And Sean's been training. He's training with all these UFC guys, and he's tough and all this. And I got him out of there in 30 seconds, bro. So, you know, yeah, I took 2 years off, but the whole time I was training, the whole time I was building, getting stronger. The whole time I was
Hearing
becoming
those
more.
negative comments almost even motivate you even more to just put a bigger performance on in front of the haters.
Well, they motivate me, but they motivate me, but at the same time, just look at it as like, man, you guys don't know. I think I'm a little bit of a mystery, to be honest. Like in the MMA community, because I became a champion in a big amateur league, and then like James even pointed it out himself. I took 2 years off of competing, and not to mention all my fights have been in Virginia, but I'm actually a North Carolina guy. So I think I'm a bit of a mystery. And so I don't really get upset about it. I just look at it as like they don't know, man. These guys don't know. The guys that train with me on a daily basis, these guys look at me like I'm freaking Hercules. Like anybody could be hurt at any minute.
I mean,
So
look at yourself, man. You're a big guy. The Hercules comparison is there.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So, yeah, man, they motivate me, but what really motivates me the most is just making it to the next level, man. Like I'm proud of myself for getting to this level. I appreciate Anthony for even Anthony Pettis for associating with me and helping me out. And I want to prove him right, prove myself right.
What went into taking those 2 years off? For those who don't know, just shine some light on why you didn't fight in about 2 years' time.
Originally it was COVID. Originally it was COVID. My last fight before, before my layoff was February 2020. So Originally it was COVID. Just couldn't fight. And then I had a son. I had another boy, my son Angel, and gained a little weight, and everybody has a sob story, whatever. It's whatever. Like I turned it into a positive. I gained weight. I was a little down and out about that just for a little bit because I was like, man, I'm a 155 pounder, and I just had to rewire my mind, of okay, Adrian, you weigh 210 pounds now. You don't cry about it. You can't spend all you can't spend, and you've already been off for a year, okay, and then turn it all. You've already been off for 2 years, and I rewired my mind and like bro, you have the skills, you have everything it takes. So okay, you're 200 pounds, start lifting, get in shape, be a in shape 200 pounds instead of a doughy 200 pounds. And that's what I did, man. I got in the lab, man. I lifted, I trained, I kept training, kept training. And then the time was right, man. Also, and also I got a little fed up of doing this MMA thing with no representation, man. Like that's what I tell all the young fighters that which I'm still a young guy, but all the younger fighters than me, I tell them, I say, yo, like you can take fights, and that's fine. But if you want to do this seriously, man, don't go ahead and try to sign with a manager, try to sign with someone that's been there or knows how to get there. And so, about a year ago, Damian Rodriguez, man, I really appreciate him. Thank you, Damian. He reached out to me about partnering up with Showtime, and man, that was it. That was the break I needed, man. So we're here.
Almost a revival. The motivation's got to be there when you know that you've got guys behind you who can get you where you need to go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It is, it is because now I don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. Like as a fighter, fighters should just worry about fighting and building their brand. And of course, they have their personal lives in the background, but when it comes to fighting, you know, I shouldn't have to be looking for my own fights, having to barter and negotiate with promoters and do all this. No, like fighters fight. And so I'm very thankful and grateful.
So to the fight we go. Is there anything that you see out of your opponent that you know may be trouble? And also let the fans know why this fight is one that they must watch. Out of the whole card, obviously it's a loaded one, but why is this one must see TV?
I don't really see any trouble. I mean, I guess his size potentially could pose a potential issue, but I doubt it seriously. I would just say his size. He pointed it out. He's the biggest. He'll be the first guy that I've fought in actual competition in MMA that is a 200 pound, and he's not a 200 pound guy. He's a 230 pound guy. I know that for a fact. That's where he walks around now. So he's gonna be a big boy. I hope he makes weight. I'm not gonna. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I hope he makes weight, but we're gonna fight regardless. Um, he's a big boy, but it doesn't matter, man. It does. If it, the way I look at it, if I were to see this guy on the street and he had a real issue with me to that level, I wouldn't just turn away and say he's too big or too heavy. So we're gonna fight regardless, and the fans should tune into this because this is the real main event. Like seriously, all you got to do is check the numbers. Just go on Instagram. Just go on Instagram and check the numbers of our fight announcement. Check the numbers of my quote. Everybody's tuning in to see this, to see our fight. And I want to thank James. In all seriousness, I want to thank James. He's a hometown guy, and he's more than held his own. He's brought over 100 people coming to this fight to watch him and I fight, and they're all gonna be booing me, and I love it. I literally love it. I want to thank James for doing his part in promoting this fight. And I've just tried to do the same, and this is the real main event. I don't even know what the main event is. I don't even know. I don't even care. But this is the real main event.
Man, the fans are going to be out in the masses. It takes two to tango, and you two have definitely been helping build this fight. Adrian, I know this one's been short, but you'll definitely be here in the future as well. Thank you so much for joining us. To everyone watching, man, make sure you give Adrian Soto-Perez a follow on the social medias, and make sure you're tuned in to APFC 6, Richmond, Virginia, our first show in VA, Sunday, July 16th. APFC will be there. Adrian Soto-Perez will be there, and we hope you'll be there as well.